All right, ladies and gentlemen. So the next thing that we're going to begin is the actual process of creating our final artwork. So we've practiced making patterns. We've practiced coming up with symbols that represent things that we've struggled with this school year. So today we're going to start combining them together to create our final artwork, or at least a roadmap for our final artwork. So the first thing I'm going to do is always write my name. Now, this way, I won't lose my work. And then we're going to put today's date. I'm going to put the 29th. And as always, I'm going to be 3A today. Okay. And let's take a look here. It says design thumbnail sketches. Create 3 to 6 thumbnail sketches of your design in pencil or colored pencil in the box below. Title the idea and list the media you will use. All right. So I'm going to start here. And before I go any further, let's get an idea of what I've started with. So I'm going to go to my folder. The first thing I'm going to get out is my design challenge worksheet I worked on last class. Set that off to the side. And I'm also going to include my pattern practice sheet just to have some more ideas for my background. I'm going to set that over here. And if I want to, I could keep this out as well, but I'm pretty confident with the patterns I've practiced. So I'm going to close this, set it over here, and here's the work that I'm going to use. All right, so if you recall, the question that we had to answer is what is our biggest struggle this year? And I said mine is wearing a mask correctly because the steam from my breath always fogs my glasses up and my mask is always falling down. It's just difficult. So I want to include this symbol into my thumbnail sketch. Now, before I get to sketching, I want to ask myself a couple of questions. The first being, what sort of pattern background do I want to include? I think an important thing that we need to think about is the overall theme. And the overall theme is a struggle. And for my struggle, since it is a mask, it's a blue mask, and I do like that color. So I'm going to do probably a warm background because I think a warm background, meaning red, orange, or yellow, will help make this mask really stand out. So I'm just going to jot down some notes over here. So I'm going to write warm background. And you do or do not have to do this. I'm doing this more so I can remember. Then the next thing I want to do is think about how do I want to break up my symbol? Do I want it to be this literal, meaning like I know exactly what it is? Or do I want to make something a little more abstract or unusual? I think for my first one, I'm going to keep this symbol the way it is with my glasses and mask. And then in the background, I think I'm going to do something kind of like this. With like kind of the beach ball look, but maybe more just like circles combined with this kind of pattern to kind of make it look like a molecule, almost like maybe like germs or something floating in the air. So let's go ahead. I'm going to start over here and I'm going to zoom in so you can see a little bit better. I'll actually slide this underneath, make it a little bit easier on myself. All right. And I'm going to do just real quick because this is a thumbnail sketch, and thumbnail sketches are quick and to the point drawings. They're not about making them look super perfect. My glasses. It's just about getting the idea on paper. Man, those glasses are not good looking, but that's okay. I can fix it. They must look like vipers. All right. Had a couple details here. Blue, blue, blue. All right, and then in my background, I'm going to do those circles that we talked about. And I'm not too worried about adding color to this. I'm going to do color on the second one. which is below us. Almost looks like spiders or something. Okay, so that's my first idea. Notice how quick that is. All right, so I'm going to say, call this mask plus germs. So that's going to be my first one because I want the patterns to look like germs and the mask and the glasses. All right. Number one is complete. Number two, I'm going to try something different. So I don't want to do the exact same thing. And I'm going to start, as always, with my symbol. This time I'm going to split up where I place the mask and my glasses. So I think for this one, I'm going to turn my paper to the side a little bit. And again, I'm going to zoom in. And this just makes a more interesting composition. Okay, I'm going to draw my mask. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's a quick and to the point sketch. All right. And then I'll put my glasses here. And then for my background, I think I'm going to do something maybe a little bit more. I like this with like the teardrops. So, but for the teardrops, I'm going to keep them vertical. So maybe like that. And that could just symbolize maybe like the condensation on my glasses, or maybe I'm really upset, like it's teardrops or something. All right, so we'll do teardrops plus mask. And that's how I'm just making notes for myself. Ooh, sorry, guys. That just helps me keep things in order. You don't have to write it the same way as me. You could just write one title or just a description, whatever's easier for you. And then we're going to move on to one last sketch. Okay. You know what? I want to keep my mask blue. I know that. So I'm going to put mask equals blue. So again, I'm just jotting down some notes. You don't have to do this, but it is helpful. And for this one, I'm going to try and be as wacky as I can. So I think for this one, I'm going to flip it. I'm going to do big glasses, little mask. And I think what I'm going to do, just to be different, bring this down, is I'm going to draw my big old glasses like that. And then I'm going to go like, oh wait, what am I going to do? Trying to make the lens right. Like I'm looking at a mask in my glasses. I know it might be hard to see. Okay, and then on the outside of my glasses, I'm going to put kind of like those steamy things. It's kind of like, maybe like air, like my breath that causes my glasses to fog up. Like that. So I'll do glasses plus fog. Okay, so that's my third idea. And now I got to look at all of these and I have to determine what sort of thumbnail do I want to develop into a half-page sketch. So it says circle your best or favorite thumbnail sketch from above. In the box below, develop your thumbnail sketch by adding color, expanding the design, and filling in the entire box. So we've kind of already done this a little bit just with this idea here, where we did a half-page sketch of our symbol. So same thing, but we're just developing one of these thumbnail sketches. And I really like this kind of diagonal design with the glasses and the mask, and I really like the wispiness of like the fog that would be in a pair of glasses. So I'm going to combine these two, and I'm just going to jot some notes down here at the bottom. So I'm going to say diagonal glasses plus mask. I'll just put a little dash there, and then I'm going to put wispy lines for fog, and then I'm going to do warm background plus cool foreground. And what that means is I'm using a warm color scheme in the background, so red, yellow, or orange, and in the foreground I'll do blue, purple, or green. So let's get started. Turn my paper sideways here. Start by drawing glasses, and I'm going to make these a little more complex than what I started with my original sketch. Okay. And again, you're going to develop this even more. It's still technically a sketch, but this should be much more developed than where you started. Okay. Yep. All right. Very good. Works for me. Okay, and then here's my mask. And this time, instead of having the mask in line with the nose, I'm going to put the mask over here a little bit. Like that. And this is all in pencil. I'm going to come back in here in a moment and start adding color in a second. Okay. Let's make this mask just a little bit more three-dimensional looking. Very good. And then, as always, we need to start with our background. Let's make these glasses a little more interesting, though. There we go. Okay. So here we go. Background. And we have set a warm background. So I'm going to come in and lightly color with red. The whole background with red. I might switch it up. And I might do, you know what? I am going to switch it up. I'm going to do circles and color in the circles with different colors of warm colors. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay, so light background, and I want the background to be, let's go with yellow, because that way it's kind of a little bit just lighter, and I'll be able to make my red and orange circles pop a little bit more. Another thing I haven't really talked about, but I would like for you to do is really work on not only using colored pencil, but try to incorporate some markers in here to really make your design stand out. So here I am, just adding yellow. And again, it's not perfect, but the whole purpose of this sketch is to get a really good roadmap so that when I do work on my final project, I've got a really good idea of what I want to do. Okay, so I'm coming in here, I'm adding yellow, filling it up nice and neat. Okay, almost there. Okay, the yellow there. Excellent. Okay, now I'm coming in with my red. Start shading in some of these circles. And you could work maybe making these circles a little three-dimensional, like a sphere, if you'd wish. Again, I am not, because this is still a sketch, and if I want to make it look really good, I'll do it on the final, not this, because I don't want to waste the most energy on my sketch. I want to waste, or not waste, but use more energy on the final, because that's where it counts. This, again, is just to get your idea on paper. All right. Cool. Red, yellow, orange. Almost done. Come back with some red. Okay. And let's see if I can find maybe a different shade of yellow to use. Here we go. Maybe this will stand out. Not really, but you know what? We've already gotten this far, so I'll just finish it up. All right. Okay, so there is my background. The next thing I need to do is start working on my foreground. So I'll come in with my mask here. Lightly color with blue. Okay. Very good. I'll come in with maybe a little bit of a darker blue. There we go. Next, I'm going to add a little bit of gray on my face mask straps, just to make it look a little more interesting. Okay. And now it's time to do my glasses. Remember, we want the glasses to be foggy. So I'm just going to do this, make it look a little foggy like that. And I think if I had some blue in here, that would really emphasize the not being able to see. Okay. And let's make my glasses purple, because I'm doing cool colors, and I really just don't feel like making them black. I feel like sometimes black can be a boring color when you're using lots of different colors. Black's kind of cool sometimes for shading or outlining things, but I don't know. I just want to try something different. Make it a little more fun. Okay, so here I am adding my purple. Might even try some different variations of purple. Because remember, I'm using purple because I have a cool color scheme. And you know what? I'm going to use... No, I won't even use black for that. Okay. Okay, cool. So now I'm going to come in with some marker and just kind of add some bold lines here. Now, you could color things in with marker, don't get me wrong, but I feel like marker sometimes is fun just to make some bold outlines, really make things stand out. Okay, very good. And then I'm going to outline my mask straps. That's okay. All right, so we've kind of got a pretty good spot now with just the black marker. Now I'm going to add different colored markers besides just black. Here I'm coming in with green. And I know it's kind of gross, but I really feel like this is going to emphasize that fog. I know it kind of looks like bad breath, but I feel like if I'm able to layer some marker over my designs, it's really going to emphasize that just like foggy chaos that my breath is causing my glasses to kind of go into. And I might overlap some things. I might not. I may just... All right, so that's green. Now green is a cool color, but now let's add a warm color too. And I think this will be a good place just kind of to let us know that can't really see. So I'm going to add some scrabble over my glasses, and I'm going to come back in with my green to emphasize that, like, scrabble. And you know what? Let's even go so far as to add a little bit of black, really obscuring my vision. Okay, so I think this is going to give me a really good place to begin when I start my final artwork. I have a good roadmap. I have a solid idea for what I want to do. I think I'm ready to move on to the next part of the assignment, which is to complete the final. Now, we've done an excellent job completing this. We've got our drawing done. We've got our thumbnails. I've got notes here. And if you've done this, you deserve to get credit for it. So let's go over next on how to turn this assignment in. 3A art class, and I'm trying to view this as a student. So we just finished our abstract tile, thumbnail sketches, and half-page sketch, and I'm ready to turn it in. So I'm going to click on this assignment. When I do this, it's going to open it up and you'll see the directions. It says, basically we've done this. So you do your 3 thumbnail sketches and your half-page sketch, which are complete. You're graded on craftsmanship, so your neatness and your effort. And you're going to upload a photograph of your completed work. It could be a photograph or a video recording into the submissions tab, which is unavailable. I still haven't figured out why. But that should give you an idea of where you're going to submit your work. Just see if I can show you. No, I think that should be enough. You guys are pretty smart. So this is where you submit your work. And I hope you get it in on time. Thanks.